fashion designer and founder for the fashion design brand MACK, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today, per usual, I am super excited to be doing this video because I am going to be going over the Renaissance tour look that Beyonce has been wearing and sporting. Because you guys, honestly, out of all of the tours that she's done, and even other celebrities, like, she really stepped her game up and she really gave us visuals. So I definitely had to do a video based on these outfits and just kind of going over all of the outfits. I just think that they are worth talking about, all of the detail that the designers and Beyonce herself wanted in this tour. I definitely thought it was important to do this video because I just feel like a lot of designers do not get enough credit that they deserve putting in, and the design team and stylists, of course, but mainly like designers and their team get enough credit for putting so much work and detailing, and I feel like sometimes it's overlooked, the designer. But I just definitely, that's why it was so important for me to do this video with you guys, because I definitely wanted to shed a light on all of these designers and how intricate their designs and how much detailing and work and effort they put into all of these looks. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and also give this video a thumbs up as well. I also wanted to mention, because we are going over these Renaissance futuristic metallic look, this look is kind of inspired mainly just like the accessories and the look my makeup giving here. This is actually blue eyeshadow. I tried to do like a little smoky thing, but yeah, that's that. And then these little rhinestones, they're not real crystals, but these rhinestone chandelier earrings, I definitely love these babies. So that is definitely the vibe, and let's get into it. So to start off with the first look, we are going to be talking over the custom mirrored mini dress that was created by Olivier Roustier and his French couture Balmain team. And you guys, I think they did an amazing job just creating this mini dress. I love the hemline of this dress. It's just a soft asymmetrical curve, and the bustier on the top is cinched in at the waist with like a little belt-like feature. And I love the sweetheart neckline. It's just beautifully, I think it beautifully just really accentuates that curved look on top for Beyonce and her figure. And then of course they had the long sleeve. You guys, I think this look is really just elevated. I just definitely wanted to start off with this look because it was one of my favorite looks because of the detailing that just went into it. The dress itself just looked like a broken, fragmented, millions of pieces of glass all into one look, and I can only imagine how many hours and how many people it took to make this one mini dress for Beyonce to wear for a few minutes on stage. I also loved how this look was also accessorized with the thigh-high metallic boots. And with Beyonce, she always wears like those thick mule heels on stage. I mean, dancing for like a 3-hour show in heels, I mean, not many people can do that. So I definitely give my respects to her. I think these heels really made the outfit definitely cool and futuristic and giving like a kind of like badass vibe to it. And she also paired this outfit with a pair of shades, and these shades definitely reminded me of the shades in the 90s Goofy movie. It was definitely giving me nostalgic vibes, and I love that. I think it was super fun. It was futuristic. It definitely did like stamp the futuristic visual imprint that she wanted to create for this concert tour. And I think for her Renaissance tours, because she didn't have any visuals or she didn't have any music videos for any of her songs, she definitely went all out on all of her costumes, her outfit changes, even the stage set for this Renaissance tour. After seeing her tour and her concert, you can pretty much get the gist of what her visuals would be if she were to have music videos for each of her songs. Another factor that blew my mind while I'm moving on to the second look is the amount of technology and 3D visuals she added as well to her tour. This one look in particular, I was actually looking at this during Fashion Week a few months ago, and I thought how cool it was. And she added so much new elevated technology. I've never seen another celebrity do this while touring. Even these costume changes, I've never seen the impeccable details that another celebrity and artists have done while touring. So this next look, she opened up for her song Church Girl. So this next look was created and brought to you by a high-tech company that was huge and made a huge debut in Fashion Week earlier this year, and it's by the brand Enrolage, if I'm pronouncing it right. And Beyonce is seen wearing a color changing robe. So to start off, this robe was all white. However, when UV lights were exposed on them, it created triangles of color. And this is what I'm talking about, you guys. Like, Beyonce really steps it up. As a church girl, she connected it with the church windows of, like, you know, those paintings and different colorful depicts in the windows of churches. So I think this analogy was just really creative, and it was just so out of the box. So of course, when she took the UV light robe off, she was wearing custom Balmain. And this look was actually from their fall winter 2023 collection. And again, you guys, we're seeing this bodysuit. It's glitter, it's sequins, it's rhinestones. I love how on the top upper half of her body, including the sleeves, it's made out of a mesh pearl net kind of look. I mean, again, you guys, the detail is just phenomenal. Of course, for this look, she paired it with a wide brimmed hat that was also bedazzled out, and a pair of sunny glasses, and then these thigh-high black latex boots. Just really creates a fashion forward statement. And I just love, like, every time I see her in that wide brimmed hat, it always brings me back to her Formation World Tour and just back to her roots of just being from Texas. Just like when I see her in a wide brim hat, I always think, I'm like, oh, okay, she's repping Texas in my head. Like, she's repping, you know, where she's come from. She really dresses in styles to her own beat, and creating this whole new Renaissance look is so refreshing. So for this next look, we have a custom pearl caged Balmain bodysuit. Again, this was inspired from the fall winter 2023 runway looks. And it's the same kind of concept as the church girl bodysuit, but instead for this look, it's heavily crafted with a lot more pearls on it. I think just this cage look, from her long sleeves to, you know, her corset top, even to the bottoms. I mean, I think just the all pearl look was super cool. And I love how on the breast part, it looks like a half seashell too, which is giving me like the haute couture summer kind of vibe. Okay, so for this next look, it is a custom made Loewe look, and this bodysuit, it was a crystal embellished bodysuit. And this bodysuit, you guys, it was giving me nostalgic 90s vibes, and everybody that knows Loewe knows that they are very funky and they're a very different brand, high-end brand. And you guys, I loved the gloves that were covering up like her breast, her cooch area, and even her legs. And the gloves that were printed on that bodysuit, they also had red long fingernails. And in real life, she also had these long gloves with red fingernails attached to the end. So I thought it was super fun. It was super funky and just super sexy as well. I mean, of course, the Renaissance tour, everything is very glamorous and modern and futuristic. So I definitely love that little element of like the red fingernails, and just, it was giving me such like a vintage vibe, but also it's very cool, glamorous as well. Next up, we have a custom Alexander McQueen look. I actually saw on the Alexander McQueen website and even their social media pages, they show the behind the scenes looks for making this actual outfit for Beyonce, both the bottoms and the top, and they were beating glass beads by hand. Like, the whole team was beating glass beads by hand, so I can only imagine how long it took them to make this actual outfit for Beyonce just to wear on stage for a few minutes. And they did an impeccable job, you guys. I mean, this is like metallic glass beads, both like a darker blue and black hues all over her body. Like, her body was just covered in beads. In the clips of the Alexander McQueen design team, they were showing that they made these beads. They sewed on glass beads patch by patch, and then after those like millions of patches they made, they sewed them all together to create like a bodice and then to create the pants. So I just think this is just phenomenal. Like, this whole outfit wardrobe is just all art, so I definitely had to throw that in there. I definitely loved like the shoulder padding. I mean, Alexander McQueen is known for being very edgy but yet cool, and I love the shoulder pad element. Again, this is long sleeve, and I loved on the hip part they came out kind of like a peplum to really accentuate Beyonce's hips and her beautiful curves. The next look was a custom Loewe look. Next look is an all Loewe look, and again we see the metallic mesh, we see the glitter, and I love this mesh top that is underneath like a bandeau metal top. I think it's just super cool, super fun. She wore like these baggy cargo pants that were also metallic, a glittery metallic, and they just look so comfortable, but again, super cool chic. Cargo pants are actually very in for this season, the spring, and I feel like they're gonna be in for the rest of the year, even going into the fall and winter season. This look is definitely on trend. It's an all silver look and just very glamorous. It's giving me streetwear vibes mixed with glam, mixed with high couture fashion, everything in one. So it was a super fun and unique look. I wasn't expecting this look. Usually when I see Beyonce perform on stage, she doesn't wear cargo pants a lot of the time. She usually sticks to bodysuits or mini dress, but the cargo pants was definitely a new element. I thought it was super fun, super cool, and casual. The next look was a look by the designer Courrèges. I've never heard of them, but again, Beyonce's working with so many new and fresh designers, which I love to see. She came up on a bed with like a blow-up mattress with like pillows and like this metallic bed, and it was just super cool, you guys. I thought it was fun and funny. It was like as if people were sleeping on her this whole time, that she hasn't been on a tour in quite a few years, like a solo tour. I definitely like this little sense of humor, but the look is actually Courrèges look from head to toe, and it is a mesh metallic bodysuit, all silver. So this is a one-sleeved bodysuit as well, and then the other sleeve, it's actually a leather glove. My favorite accessory was for this whole look was definitely the thigh-high white boots, and they are made out of like that reflective material. So if you have a certain light on these boots, they look green, or they can look purple, or they can look blue. I love the circle detailing. It was giving me like Mother Earth vibes. I don't know if that was what the depiction was for that kind of style for the bodysuit, for the circle in the bodysuit. And also I noticed her stage setup also has that same ring circle. So I don't know if that's the whole meaning behind the ring, because it was in some of her outfits as well as the stage setup. I think it was super cool, super fun. Even hiding little pieces of symbolism just really emphasizes the amount of detail that her and her team also add in. The next look, and it is more of a costume kind of feel, but it's a custom Mugler look. And this Mugler bodysuit, it was, I don't even know how she was able to wear that on stage, because it literally looked like a metal suit that you're kind of just strapped in. You can't like move because it just looks like stiff, like metal. Like that suit probably had to be like built around her somehow, but it was a bee suit. And loved her like sense of humor, like, you know, letting us know and reminding us that she is a queen bee. This look had like a helmet with antennas. Yeah, this black and yellow look, you guys, I mean, honestly, like, this is giving me also nostalgic Terry Mugler vibes. And these long leather gloves we have been seeing in many of her looks, it just adds an extra like edgy vibe. Next up, we have a look by the London-based designer David Koma. And this look, you guys, I'm really loving this. This is like one of the first and like the very few reflective mirrored light pieces I've actually seen on this tour, and I really love this look because it does signify the rainbow effect UV lighting. And I really love like the top coat. When I saw her wearing this in like videos and clips online, I literally thought to myself like how hot she could be, because it's just a heavy looking jacket, and it's that same material that's like the waterproof reflective material. I don't know if it's lame, but it does look really hot too, especially when you're on stage dancing for so long. But I really love the look and the accessories that come with it. Her earrings, I love the chandelier dramatic big earrings, which is kind of giving me the same vibe right here, but hers is probably real crystals. but I love that look, especially with her dancing on stage with it and all that movement on it. I just love how she sports the glam with her on stage looks. And then we move on to this very colorful rainbow prism like bodysuit. It's like a mini turtleneck, kind of like a mock neck bodysuit. And I love how she paired a little mini skirt on top of it with a bunch of fabric hanging from it. I think this was a super fun look, super edgy. And of course she paired it with metallic boots. And these boots were asymmetrical boots as well. Again, David Koma boots. And you guys, I think this whole look overall just came together so well. The next and final look that she did wear for her finale song, the Summer Renaissance. This look is the same look that she came out when she was riding a horse above the audience and sparks and fireworks went off in the background. I really love this look. I definitely think this visual was very hard. It's very strong. And of course, the visuals are the same as her album cover when she's riding that silver metallic horse. I definitely think that she wanted to leave that visual with us to kind of give you the summer renaissance and the vibe she was going for her album, as well as this world tour that she's doing. This look that she sported was actually a full-blown Coperni look. And again, you guys, this is another newer designer that we do see a lot more of celebrities and people of status wearing and bringing to the light. And they've been really showcasing themselves in fashion weeks this year and also last year. They've been a popular high brand. So I love the fact that Beyonce is definitely supporting them and showing them in a different light other than just the runway. So for this look, we do see her in an all silver ensemble bodysuit. So the bodysuit was just a spaghetti strap bodysuit, and it had detachable sleeves. With the sleeves, there were actually built-in chainmail gloves to the actual look and bodysuit. And this bodysuit was actually like palm tree leaves to kind of get that summer renaissance feel, which was so different. And these leaves were actually thin plated aluminum metal, which I really do love, just like the craftsmanship and just how much detailing went into this actual bodysuit. And then with this bodysuit was a full-blown aluminum metal cape, and this cape also carried on that same kind of leaf, palm leaf effect print on it. And these are actually 3D palm leaves on the actual cape. So I can only imagine how heavy this cape was when Beyonce was wearing it on that horse. I think having this outfit for the closing of the show was very powerful. I mean, you have the silver studded rhinestone horse, you have the aluminum metal cape, and you also have that same kind of transition of the actual print and pattern going into the bodysuit. And I think just her coming out on the horse just really gave a powerful message and a powerful visual for her overall world tour. Honestly, so happy and so appreciative in a weird way that Beyonce didn't give us visuals like music videos for this album, because I definitely feel like this tour is enough and it's so strong in its visuals, costumes, looks, and also the stage prop. I think after looking at all these looks, you guys can get an idea of what her Renaissance looks like and Renaissance is, and also like her whole album and this message towards the LGBTQ community. And I really loved all of the effort the designers, Beyonce and her team really took to give visual. And I think Beyonce, being a well-known person, is also bringing light on smaller designers, artists, and also craftsmanship people and stylists. I do appreciate that. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below on all of these looks, by the way, as well as where you guys feel that fashion will be heading towards in the future with technology. I definitely want to hear your thoughts below in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.